Hello, Scorpio. This is for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Scorpio, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so here's your reading. Now, Scorpio, your overall energy in the week ahead, you had two cards that fell out. Yes, you did. The first one is games. So you could be playing games like the lottery or gambling. But with games here, you could be feeling like some games is happening, or perhaps you may need to have a little fun with games here. But at the bottom it says, do you feel that you need more do you feel that you need more fun and play in your life? Is someone playing games in your working or personal life? Do you need a game plan to improve your status or direction? Okay, so that's for you, Scorpio. So it is a need for you to put it into the games where you feel like you're being fucked with, or you might need to stop fucking with yourself and get it together. But there's also a need for you to have a little more fun. Um, Now, you also have birth babies. So children could be significant in the week ahead. Um, but you might be trying to do something new or needing to do something new with birth and babies here. Or you might need to take care of something, because at the bottom here of this card it says, what do you need to nurture and or develop? In what ways do you feel vulnerable? And are you feeling overwhelmed by responsibility? Okay. So Scorpio, you could have a lot going on that you needing to take care of with birth babies here. You may be trying to take care of something. You may be trying to create something, bring something into form, build it or grow it or expand it or prosper it. You may be feeling vulnerable. You may be feeling um, an air of jeopardy, feeling in jeopardy or feeling jeopardized, or that your circumstances could be feeling compromised at this time, and you may be feeling overwhelmed by the responsibility of avoiding um, being in jeopardy or experiencing any struggle or difficulties beyond what you can do or take care of. So what you're dealing with, Scorpio, in the week ahead is you have the Chariot, and you also have, what do you fear? Okay, this is what you're dealing with in the week ahead. So with these energies here, you may be very concerned with what do you fear. Okay, if you take a look, it's this area is black and dark. So there may be some things going on that are not clear to you, or that may feel unknown, or you may have some uneasiness about, or you may feel in the dark about, or you just have no certainty. You don't know where something may be going or where it's headed, or you may be concerned about what could be coming up that you can't see. But this is about, what do you fear? What is it that you're giving your focus to that's causing you concern, worry, or fear? Okay? What are you fearing, Scorpio? Because with the Chariot here is what you're dealing with. With this Chariot, you could be dealing with a Cancer, but this is about you being in your feelings, but also this is about you being in your head and needing to have control of both. The Chariot talks about your need or ability to overcome any obstacles and still see progress by the use of your intellect and your will and determination towards maintaining efforts to achieving your goals and overcoming those obstacles. With this energy of the Chariot, you may be looking at how to be more prudent or patient. This is the time where you want to be careful about whether or not you're being arrogant, or you might be dealing with something out of control, or concerned about something getting out of control. With the Chariot here, this is about you being focused on how to steer things in the direction you want them to go into. But this is you ultimately focusing on how to have the victory and not experience any loss, and maintaining as issues come up, overcoming them, being strong in doing so by having strong mind, strong will, also actions that allow you to maintain that balance, allow you to steer things the way you want them to go in. But you also needing to have your emotions in check so that your emotions don't cloud your ability to have that forward movement. And so this is you also concerned or maybe fearing whether or not you have forward movement or how to have forward movement, or your forward movement not being impeded. Now, also with the Chariot, you could be focused on your vehicle or travel at this time, and there may be some concerns around that. So the best mental attitude for you to take up, Scorpio, in your week ahead is you do have the Page of Swords with be bouncy. Be bouncy. So the Page of Swords is your best mental attitude. This is about you being able to really consider things. This is about being able to also come up with new considerations or new thoughts, new plans. With the Page of Swords, this is also about you being on guard, protecting yourself, cutting away what no longer serves you, watching your back, okay, and your front and your sides. And with Be Bouncy, I feel that this is talking about there's a need for you to be flexible, for you to be able to bounce back as quickly as you can through any new objectives you could come up with to maintain control and victory and forward movement, or to eliminate any fears or concerns that could be coming up as a result. Being bouncy, this energy is around the sacral chakra. So this is definitely regarding your feelings and emotions, and also your creativity and imagination. So there's a need for you to not wallow in any type of guilt or regret, but instead to focus on how to have forward movement. And with the use of the Page of Swords, this is you needing to come up with new considerations. You may need to communicate in order to get support or assistance, or communication may be necessary, new communication, but expressing yourself may be needed. With the Page of Swords, though, you do want to be careful about the way in which you communicate. Be mindful to have diplomacy intact in speaking your truth or in your need to express yourself. But with bouncy here, be bouncy, be flexible to be able to adapt to your circumstances so that you can continue to steer things or maintain control or get things in control, but to focus on figuring out how to avoid obstacles or to remove them. Now, the best possible action to take, Scorpio, is you got this Ace of Swords. So your best possible action in the week ahead is clarity, is truth, is you being able to cut away what no longer serves you. This is also, again, speaking about communication. So with the Ace of Swords, this is also new energy. You may need to think about how to plan, and from a logical standpoint, to quickly come up with choices, come up with plans, come up with the logic to allow you to have the forward movement, to remove any obstacles, to bring it into any gains or concerns that you could be dealing with in the week ahead. Now, your likely outcome, you had two cards that came out. You have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So your likely outcome with these energies, which I like this together for you, Scorpio, is with this Ace of Wands, you're going to be focused on what you can initiate, what you can do. You're going to be focusing on taking action, um, coming up with new actions, taking new actions. But this is you focusing on having a new start, a new beginning. And this is you initiating, acting on what you come up with so that you can have forward movement, so you can see progress, so you can see obstacles removed, so you can see the things working out and being managed and under control. But be mindful to be prudent, be mindful to be focused on the objective, be mindful not to do things in extreme, to be aware of what matters most. And with this Nine of Cups, this is you having wish fulfillment, this is you having satisfaction, this is you being pleased with yourself and with what you initiate or what direction or actions you're taking, with any concerns or fears you could be dealing with, or with your need to be able to protect yourself or to be aware, clear minded, objective, and logical. Now, this is about you needing to have your emotions in check, but this is also about you having your thinking in order too, making sure that you are doing things reasonably in order to maintain that stability. So, your guidance, Scorpio, you have two cards. The first one, play. Find time to incorporate play into your everyday life. Allow your inner child to experience joy. You deserve to be happy and be joyful around others. So that's your guidance, to play. Okay? I feel like you may need to loosen up a bit, Scorpio. You may be taking shit a little too seriously in your week ahead, and you might need to go ahead and lay that attitude down and have a more playful approach, or be a little more flexible, be a little more bouncy to what's going on around you, and maybe not be so rigid or apprehensive or feeling or entertaining any fear. That doesn't mean there aren't concerns, but you should not be in a place of fear and anxiety. Focus on how you can look at the situation from a more logical and not so emotionally attached point of view. You also have for guidance, embarking on an adventure. I savor the wonders of the world. So have a sense of adventure. That is okay if you don't know everything that's playing out and how it's going to play out and unfold. But instead, just go with the flow. And that also is speaking about the Chariot, being able to go with the flow, having a sense of adventure about what you are dealing with in the week ahead, not having that fear of needing to know what's going to happen next, or being in fear because you don't. Embark on this journey and embrace it with a light-hearted attitude, but with a clear mind and clear objectives. And be ready to snap into action as needed, because you definitely are going to be able to initiate and get satisfaction and perhaps even wish fulfillment or experience some happiness. And incorporate a little more fun. You may be all work and no play, and that makes you dull, grumpy, rigid, and constantly in fear and worry, instead of you taking a little time to blow off a little steam. But do that in a way that's fun and lets everything keep moving smoothly. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.